Hey, thanks for checking out the Handy Dandy Andy channel. My name is Andrew. I'm your host. Today we're going to be showing you how to install one of these curved shower rods to replace the current shower rod that we have. The way this works is this telescopes in to the width of your wall. Okay? But you may be wondering, why do we need to replace the one that we currently have with this one? Well, this shower is super narrow. And because it's narrow, when the shower is closed, we turn on the hot water, the shower curtain comes in because of physics, and I don't know why, because of hot air or something, but the whole thing comes and kind of sticks to you. So by putting an arc, putting the curve on this, now the shower curtain is going to be out farther, and it gives you more space, more shoulder room, elbow room while you're showering. So let me show you a little bit about how this is going to work here. I already took off one of the ends. I'll show you what that looks like. So that looks like this. So we're going to mount this on the wall. There's two ends. We're going to mount both of these on the wall. The first thing I did was I've already come in here and I found the stud. And for me, the stud's in a pretty good spot. Okay, so once I found the stud, I marked both sides of the stud. You can see the two little dots right here. So now I know I'm in the center of the stud. And then I took a tape measure and I measured down arbitrarily to the height that I wanted the rod to be, which is, ends up being 17 inches from the ceiling. And then I put the one end over and made sure I was in the middle of the stud. And then I used a pencil and marked the spots. So that's where I'm going to put the screws in, just like that. And then I did the same thing on the other side. So let's go ahead and put the screws in for both sides right through here, and then we'll go from there. Before we put the screws in, I do want to show one thing. The hardware that it came with, the screw does not have a tip on it. There's no point on it. And it kind of sits in there pretty far. So make sure that the head of your screw that you're going to be using also sits in. If it sits up too far, then it's not going to work properly. Okay, so I'm just using a regular wood screw, and that's going to allow me to just use the screw and screw directly into the stud. So let's do that now. Let's take the shower rod off. This should just twist and then come together like that. You can set this down for now, just so it's out of our way. And then let's grab the screws. There we go. And like I said, we're just going to be putting them right over the spot that we want. And that'll ensure that they're going to be the same height on both sides, so this is level. We'll tighten that one down in a second. Okay. All right, one side is on. Now let's go to the other side. All right, let's put them on the corresponding holes on this side. I will say if you don't have a stud, it's okay to use something else, but don't just screw directly into the drywall. You need to put another anchor in there to secure it. All right, let's make this thing plumb. Once it looks good. The other piece in. All right, now we're ready to get the actual rod and set it to the right length. So let's talk about the rod a little bit. On each end, there is a Allen screw. This is going to tighten down to the rod, but it's not on this side. So depending on if you want to be able to see this or not, you might want to put this up, or if it's easier for you to use, put it down on the bottom underneath. But then there's also two screws that you're going to use they're going to screw this in and hold it tight. So let's show you where those go up here. I'm going to put them on both sides. You're going to want to get both sides in kind of at the same time here. So I'm working on both sides here. All right, I'm going to just set the top screw in and just get it started. I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom. I'm not tightening it down yet. I'm just getting it set in the right spot. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going to put the top screw in and the bottom screw. And this is where I'm talking about if you wanted to hide this Allen screw, you could have flipped the whole thing over if you'd like. All right, this is, now that both sides are on, we know the length of the entire rod is how we want. And this is awesome. This is giving us almost an extra foot, that foot of space. So that'll really help from the curtain coming in and kind of crouching you. So let's tighten these down, and then we'll also tighten the Allen screws down. And I'm not over tightening these at all. They're not going to be moving, and just holding up the shower curtain. Okay, now let's make sure these are tight. Not going to take much to tighten these. That's just going to prevent this rod from coming out. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. There we go. Now I do also want to give you another tip, I guess, if you will. So I installed the rod here just like this, and then I'm going to put the curtain on last. If you'd like, you can put the pieces on the wall on, and then use the Allen head or the Allen screw, take that off, and take one end of the rod, and you can slide the entire curtain on with all of the hangers, and then put it on. And then when it's mounted, you already have all the hangers on. I'm going to do the hangers individually, so I decided to do it like this. But you can see, let me actually just show you how much difference this is going to be. I'll put this rod up. I'm going to put it right underneath it so you can see how much difference this makes. All right, so let's look at this here. You can see this gives us quite a bit more space that we're getting, and it's going to make it harder for the shower curtain to come in because there's going to be more resistance from it. So I think just by having that little bit of space, it's going to make this shower feel a lot bigger, and you can see it did not take very long to do. So if you're interested in figuring out how to get your shower to feel a little bit bigger and to stop the shower curtain from clinging up to you when you're taking a hot shower, a arced or curved shower rod might be your answer. Well, I hope you've appreciated this video. If you have any questions, please put in the comments. I'd love to help you. And until next time, thanks for all your support.